And as soon as we appear, I will start the record. I'm going to start the recording right now. Let me start the music. All right, we're streaming. YouTube was first this time. That's amazing. Here we go. Dance with me, Ann. Oh, look at that soul dance. Oh, let's go to a club. Get the guys. We're going dancing. Early morning dancing. Happy birthday. Somebody's day. So special. Shine. Smile. So much. Look at the style. You got a redhead and a blonde. Is there any better style than that? Am I allowed to say that? That's my show. Okay, let's get the Suno Orchestra to just pipe down here a little bit. They changed. There we go. Thank you to the orchestra. Okay, we got a special day ahead. It is what? October 23rd? What? Where is the year going? What? And do you remember when it was New Year's Eve 10 minutes ago?
Yes, gosh, I know all the goals,
I
and here
know.
we are.
I know. Do me a big favor. Tell everybody. Well, I know who you are. You've been on so many of my shows. Tell everybody who you are, what you do, and then we will get started. Go ahead.
I am Ann Charles, and I write fiction, mysteries mixed with whatever else I feel like throwing in, which is a lot of humor and adventures, supernatural. I love the supernatural, and some romance too. It's where I started way back when. So I've been writing for way too long to announce, and I'm starting on my 40th book,
Wait. You what? You're starting on your what book? What book?
40th book.
Do you
So
sleep? Do you eat? Do you
I,
have a family? Do
and
you
and
do
I
things?
was I feel like that is so cool. And then I have friends that, man, they just kick out books. And I'm like, 40 seems like a lot to me, okay? That's a lot of my
Well,
life.
I'm still working on my first novella, which hasn't seen the light of day yet. So I know, but it's been 3 years, and that's not so long. You have a favorite character, a series that you write that you like to
I
just mention briefly?
well, I could say that I just released the third book in my Dig Site mystery series, which is a mixture of adventure and action and mystery, along with supernatural humor, romance, all together, set in the Maya archaeology world down in Mexico in the jungle. So always steamy down there. Woohoo! Um, but I actually jump from series to series, and I really enjoy that because then it gives me, it's like, okay, you guys go sit back in the green room again. I'll be back, in a little while, which can be a long while.
I
And I'm
bet.
going to go over here now.
I bet your readers and your followers enjoy the variability of your styles, of your locations, of your genres. Well, welcome, Anne. I'm delighted to have you on. You've been on so many of my other shows, as I said in the opening, and I'm just tickled. Oh, I got to scratch that itch. No, I'm tickled that you accepted this invitation. So let me get started. Okay, it's time to cheer, to toast, to woo.
Woohoo.
It's October 23rd. Happy birthday to you and you and you with Bonnie D on her Scarlet mic. This is part of, what I do as a Scarlet mic. Dishing glam and sass with a vintage spike. I'm not the vintage. There's a vintage spike here somewhere. And look who's here with a velvet roar. It's Ann C. And
Woohoo.
Charles, my guest co-host du jour. We're naming names in the birthday game from Hollywood Heights to YouTube fame, wacky holidays, and music history gold. Get ready, darlings. The fun is set to unfold. I'm unfolding it now. So grab your party hat and let the champagne pour. Okay, it's 10:25 Eastern here in the morning. Early for champagne for me. And Ann, what is it? 7:25 for you?
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, we could have a little mimosa with breakfast. We could do that. Let the
Let's do it.
champagne pour. HB2U is lighting up October 23rd with glam, bam, and more. Anne's the more. I'm the glam. Somebody's the bam. Bam, bam. Okay, let's get started. Let's do music history events. I'm starting out 1961. What? Dion. Anybody remember Dion and the Belmonts? He went as just Dion, a one-name wonder. Remember, we had Madonna. Well, Gaga's got two names, and we had Cher. Well, Dion. His song "Run Around Sue" hit number one for 2 weeks. Interesting story. And he pulled the name Sue out of thin air. There, you see, I see it. It's right up there in the thin air. And then he married a woman named Sue. Nothing to do with the girl in the song. And she said, "Oh, the song's about me." And everybody said, "That's probably okay." So 1961. What's the next one, Ann? You go.
1975 is part of Elton John Week in LA. I didn't know they had an Elton John Week. I was pretty young at the time, but wow. Elton gets a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Wow, I didn't know there was an Elton. That's why I love this research for this show because I learned so much and my guests learn a lot. The following year, 1976, Chicago, what a wonderful band. If You Leave Me Now, love the song. Written and sung by their bass player, Peter Cetera. And if you want to spell that, it's like et cetera without the et part. It hit number one for, I don't know why I said that, for 2 weeks. The band goes, however, the band moves in a softer rock direction, moving away from their famous horn section. But Chicago, in its heyday, those horns were just orchestral. It was wonderful. While I sigh, you go ahead, Ann.
1978, CBS Record raises album prices for big name releases to $8.98, the first label to do so.
What is an album or a, what do they cost
I wondered,
today?
I have no idea. I wondered that
Oh,
myself. I
I
haven't
don't
bought an
either.
album because now you buy singles, it always seems like, for your phone or
Yeah.
your, whatever streaming device.
Yeah, that's right. You go to the website, you click, and you buy it for sometimes 99 cents or 3.99 or whatever. I know, I know. Let's go ahead to 2001. Apple introduced da 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 da. I'm not going to play the sound effects. An iPod, iPod. It's an MP3 player that can hold about 1,000 songs. It was monumental, making digital music portable. That was the key. Most users fill their devices, their iPods, with songs ripped from their CD collections. We're talking digital or downloaded from file sharing sites like, can I say it? Napster. Okay, we'll say that quietly. Go ahead, Ann.
Well, and gosh, I had to go from my cassette tapes to those CDs and even the what was it before cassette tapes that we had? Oh, I had those too.
Reel to reel. I don't know. What did we have
It
before it?
was, I want to say it's not VHS, but VHS keeps popping in my head. But anyways, I had a tape recorder that would tape those old things, the big clunky things. So
Yes.
anyway, yeah, I feel that makes me feel old. 2004, Ashley Simpson is caught lip syncing on Saturday Night Live when her pre-recorded vocals come on, but her mouth isn't moving. She does a little dance and walks off stage as NBC goes to commercial. Her career takes a tumble and she's ridiculed for not actually singing.
Didn't Nilly Vanilli do the same thing
I
and
know.
get in trouble?
I was thinking 2004, wasn't that 1990 in the 1990s they were
Hmm.
discovering that?
I think they expected something more from Ashley. Isn't she Jessica Simpson's sister?
Um,
She's somebody's sister. I
I
think
think
so.
so,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that was why they probably expected more from her. I'm going to close out this section of the show with in 2015, going way far ahead, only 10 years ago, after Carrie Underwood's greatest hits decade #1 album, she issued her fifth studio album called Storyteller, which made her the first artist in history, musical artist, with six consecutive #1 country albums. Now, I remember when Carrie Underwood was on American Idol. Do you remember that, Ann?
I do not remember it because I
Yeah.
haven't really watched. Maybe I'm going to save that for when I'm in the nursing home or something. I'll go back through that
You'll
and
have
The
all the time in the
Simpsons.
world.
I'm going to do
Yes.
all The Simpsons when I'm there too.
There you go. Well, I remember American Idol when Carrie Under was. I remember Jenny Pickler was on. I remember a lot of the stars who were on, and I don't remember if Carrie was the winner or the second place. And she just went on to be one of the biggest alumna of American Idol. But just amazing. I haven't followed her career, but I see her on some of the country music award shows, and she's just elegant and just really clean cut and she just has a nice voice. So
Yeah.
yeah, congratulations, Carrie Underwood. I didn't realize she was making history at that level. Let's go to famous birthdays, and we're going to start off with somebody you might see on commercials for Mint Mobile, but we're not selling anything here. Ryan Reynolds. He's all of 49 years old today. Hard to believe, and he's done so much. Canadian and American actor, that's dual citizenship, entrepreneur, film producer. I didn't know this, and he was the world's second highest paid actor in 2020 and last year in 2024. Can you even get your arms around that?
Mm-mm.
His films as the leading actor, the films have grossed 6.6 billion with a B worldwide. He was voted People Magazine's sexiest man alive in 2010. That was 15 years ago. What happened? No, I'm only teasing. He has appeared in the films Definitely Maybe, The Proposal, Safe House, and Van Wilder, but you may know him for his commercial success with the Deadpool franchise, starring as the title character in Deadpool 2016, Deadpool 2 2018, Deadpool and Wolverine 2024, just last year. In 2017, Time magazine named him to its 100 most influential people in the world. That, and to me, is somebody is in movies and the movies are making tons of billions of dollars, and to be one of the most influential has to go beyond just starring in movies. So there must be more. He got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame the same year that Time named him. Now, here's the interesting part. He is invested as a businessman in lots of enterprises. He holds an ownership stake in Mint Mobile. That's where you may see him advertising. He's got some really cute ads on TV. And he's a co-owner of the Welsh soccer club Wrexham, Wrexham. You all may also know him because he was once married to Scarlett Johansson, who is now married to Colin Jost. And he's married to Blake Lively since 2012. And there's been a lot of hoopty-doo in the news about Blake Lively, and we won't go into that. But pre-fame, Ryan Reynolds started acting at age 13. As a teen, he went to acting classes and he failed them. He failed his acting classes. What did he do for kicks? He was a busboy at a restaurant while working night shifts at a local grocery store in Vancouver. So seriously, he was an enterprising teen. He was out there trying to make a living, or at least to make some spending money. NBC noted that he's frequently portraying, well, we know, snarky, sarcastic characters on screen, but he has a reputation as being one of the nicest actors in Hollywood. So happy birthday to Ryan Reynolds. Are you familiar with Deadpool? Do you watch the
Oh,
movie?
yes. We let our kids watch Deadpool when they were way too young. And we always said, well, that's like we set the bar there. Now everything else is wide open.
That's funny. Well, happy birthday, Ryan Reynolds. You've got an interesting one for us next. Who you got?
I do. I've got Weird Al Yankovic,
Woo.
age 66. And
Hmm.
oh my gosh, I was just sitting here thinking about the Michael Jackson songs that I remember from my youth that he redid. He was so funny with the videos to go with them. So funny. Comedy musician, writer, and actor known for writing and performing parodies of contemporary musician songs, spoofs of other acts, and polka medleys, most featuring his trademark accordion. Since one of his comedy songs aired on the Dr. Demento radio show in 1976 at age 16, Yankovic has sold over 12 million albums as of 2025, recorded over 150 parodies and original songs, and performed over 2,000 live shows. He has won 5 Grammy Awards, 4 gold records, and 6 platinum records.
Ah,
It's amazing when you think about what he built his career off.
I know,
That's just
I know.
incredible. Pre-fame, this was fun. His first accordion lesson was the day before his 7th birthday after a door-to-door salesman offered his parents a choice of accordion or guitar lessons at the local music school. I love that. Yankovic claims his parents chose the accordion over the guitar because, quote, they figured there should be at least one more accordion playing Yankovic in the world, unquote. And that's in reference to Frankie Yankovic, to whom he is not even related. And because, quote, they were convinced it would revolutionize rock. I love that. An accordion's going to Yankovic cites Elton John's 1973 album Goodbye Yellow Brick Road as one of the reasons he learned to play rock and roll on the accordion.
Gotta tell you, interesting story. Yesterday, I did the show HB2U for October 22nd, and in the music history section, Anne, it was Weird Al Yankovic started his accordion lesson one day before his 7th birthday, and that was yesterday at that year. So he was already on my show yesterday, and then I said to myself, I know I researched him. Where did I put it? And that was one liner from yesterday, and then the whole thing today. I think that's absolutely charming. Can you imagine door to door? And there's also a line I didn't put in here that his mother didn't let him leave the house very often. So he didn't go to the music school in the beginning very often. It was mostly home lessons. So, well,
Can you
thank
imagine the noise coming from his bedroom as he practiced and practiced on that thing? Oh boy.
as they say, I can't even. I can't even. And we have one more birthday for me. And then Anne's going to do a famous person in memoriam. So, an actress named Emilia Clarke is 39. I wasn't familiar with her. Her face looked a little familiar to me. She's an English actress who played, and I hope I say this right because I did not watch Game of Thrones on HBO,
Either.
Daenerys Targaryen. Targaryen. She played this character for 8 seasons from 2011 to 2019. The character is one of the, I can't even say the name, one of the last surviving members of House Targaryen, which had ruled Westeros or Westeros from the Iron Throne for nearly 300 years. That's a long time prior to being ousted. She also played, and everybody will know this, Sarah Connor in the sci-fi film Terminator Genisys, Genisys in 2015, and Kira in the film Solo, A Star Wars Story in 2018. And she starred in the romantic drama, excuse me, Me Before You in 2016 and Last Christmas 2019. I'm thinking of, you know who, Mariah. Last
Yes.
Christmas I gave you. And pre-fame, Emilia Clarke became interested in acting at the age of 3. So she beat Ryan Reynolds by, he was 16, she was 3, after she saw the musical Showboat. When she was 10, her father took her to a West End London audition for The Goodbye Girl, a musical by Neil Simon. And the article I read doesn't say whether she got the audition or not, but I think she probably did.
I'm always jealous of these people that they come out of the womb and they go, I want to be this by like age 5. And I'm sitting here way back at age 25, 28, going, I still don't know what I want to be and I'm paying for college, but come on, figure it out.
I know, I know. I agree with you. I have some people in my family who knew by the age of 10 and 12, respectively, what they wanted to be professionally. They just knew.
It's
I
not
know.
fair.
I not fair. Okay, you've got an interesting one here, and you had to do some pronunciation lessons. So who've you got?
I do. I have Pele. And I looked that up with from a man with a very deep voice on YouTube who said Pele. And I'm gonna butcher his full name.
Do your
Edson
best.
Aranches do Nascimento. And I know I butchered that because
Beautiful.
the man with the beautiful voice said it way different. So I am sorry to all those who are fans of Pele. Anyway, Pele was a Brazilian professional footballer who played as a forward. One of the greatest players of all time, he was among the most successful and popular sports figures of the 20th century. His scoring of 1,279 goals in 1,363 games is a Guinness World Record. In 1999, he was named Athlete of the Century by the International Olympic Committee and was included in Time's list of the 100 most important people of the 20th century. I'd like to know who sits around and figures that out.
I know. Can you imagine keeping all those statistics? Well, today it's easier, but even then in 2000, people weren't using AI the way they are today. We just learned about ChatGPT 3 years ago. So
Yeah.
somebody was compiling, sitting there. Can you imagine them saying, oh, at the Guinness Book, oh, he scored 1,279 goals out of 1,363 games. Let's run the ratio and see, oh yeah, nobody else has done that. Anybody have any other soccer stars who've done that? Okay, well, footballers. Okay, well, okay, all right. Let's give him the player of the century.
I
And
know. It's just amazing to me. I mean, there's days I have to sit there and think about the members, my family and remember everybody's names. The people that compile this stuff. It's like, how
we
do you
won't tell
remember
them
that?
and we won't tell them you said that. We really won't. I have a small family, so it's not so hard. Go ahead. It's
Anyway,
the dog's names I have to remember. Go ahead.
in 2000, Pele was voted World Player of the Century by the International Federation of Football History and Statistics.
There you go.
Pre-fame, he began playing for Santos at age 15 and the Brazil national team at 16. During his international career, he won 3 FIFA World Cups, which was 58, 62, and 1970, and he was the only player to do so and the youngest player to win a World Cup. With 77 goals in 92 games for Brazil, Pele held the record as the national team's top goal scorer for over 50 years.
What?
I know. After retiring in 1977, he was a worldwide ambassador for football and many acting and commercial ventures, and he was in that. In 2010, he was named the honorary president of the New York Cosmos. He retired in 77. He was still just rock star. That's
Absolutely.
just amazing. It's incredible.
He lived to 82 years. He was born in 1940. Very interesting. And here's another example, Anne, of somebody who knew what he wanted to do. He's playing for a local team. I assume the Santos were at 15 and the Brazil national team at 16. 16
Right,
years old. Now we hear about golfers, right? We hear
right.
about tennis stars who start at the age of what, 8, 9, 10, 12. He did this for football.
It
Wow.
makes me think of Ted Lasso for those of you who watch that.
Yes.
And what is it? The I can't think of the player's name. Soccer is life. I think he always says soccer.
Yes.
I'm probably butchering that. It's seven something in the morning here, but still, it makes me think of that and smile.
And speaking of Ted Lasso, you know they have launched a fourth season is coming,
I'm
and it's
excited.
better be coming soon because we're already at the end of October. If it's going to make it before the holidays, it said it was launching this year, so that was by popular demand. And you don't hear too often about a very popular series that said we have a three-season arc. We finished our three seasons. Say goodbye. Quote him everywhere. Put him on T-shirts and put him in, quote him on TV and in radio and in movies and everywhere you want. And put him on mugs. But that's it. And they said, oh, yeah, people really love him. He's a big rock star now. He's a pop folk culture icon. Let's bring him back for another season. So I'm looking forward to that. Are
Me
you?
too. Me too. Yeah, I just finished The Diplomat season 3 last night, and that was incredible. So I am now ready for
How
Ted
did you
Lasso.
like that? Did you like Allison Janney's role at the end?
Loved her. I
Didn't
love her
she look
anyway,
different?
but
I know from the West Wing. What a
she's
role for
amazing.
her. What a
But that
role.
was all of those. The whole cast is just on fire, and they're you have to watch it with. It's like get the kids come in. And I'm like, no, go away, go pause, go away.
I
I
know.
can't hear. You got to focus.
I know. Another show you might enjoy, which was just a one season arc, was The Residents about the people who live in the White House. But
I
let's leave
saw
that one.
that. That was really fun.
With the
That
bird
was
watcher, the
yes.
detective bird watcher. I don't remember her name, but boy, was she good. Let's go to social media star birthdays. We've got four of them here. I'm going to start off with Instagram. This is a young lady named Ari, Arii, and she didn't used to always be called that, but she was born Ariana Renee. Okay, Renee with two E's. She's 25. Happy birthday. And she's on the list today because she has 2.6 million plus subscribers on Insta. She first gained fame on something called musical.ly as They Love Ari with two I's. And then she went single as Ari, one name. In 2019, she launched a fashion line called Era. She happens to be a teenage entrepreneur who's now 25. She owns her own record label and a clothing line that she started when she was, and today is all about people who just knew in their teens or earlier what they wanted to do.
I guess I need another couple decades to catch up to them.
I know.
Sheesh.
Maybe we just need a rewind. I don't. We got to think about that. You'll start writing when you're 2. I'll start hosting when I'm 3, and we'll come back. Okay, you
We'll come
got the
back.
next one.
Okay, so YouTube, Alexandra's Girly Talk. She aged 31, over 3.6 million subscribers. She posts an eclectic blend of lifestyle videos, including do-it-yourself projects, makeup tutorials, and personal vlog testimonials. Her video, How to Make Any Lipstick Matte, has over 8 million views since March of 2015.
Can you even?
No, I was, yeah, I thought about these for a bit and I was like, I'm at 752. Woohoo.
Can you even imagine 8 million views of one video? We had somebody on yesterday's HB2U show who had over 1 billion views for, I think, one of his videos. I think it was 1.6 billion.
That's incredible.
I didn't even know that these channels could count that high. Can you
Yeah,
imagine?
I think if mine ever reached that, it would be me falling down with like holding cake in my face. That's how it would reach it.
Can you imagine when they started Instagram, when they started YouTube and TikTok and the other aggregator, the other social channels, that they put the counters for subscribers, fans, followers, friends, and likes, that they actually went into the billion range where it could calculate that high?
Yeah,
Who
I
even would
know.
have thought just
Yeah.
boggles. Anyway, we're going to go to TikTok now. Jada Wesley, young lady, is 24. Oh, she's just starting out. She only has 1.3 million subscribers, but don't worry, Jada Wesley, you'll get there. She's a dancing and cheerleading video creator who posts I want to say lip sync videos. I'm thinking of Ashley Simpson. She has partnered, see, if you do the lip sync on TikTok, YouTube, Insta, you get rewarded with a lot of fans. If you do it on Saturday Night Live,
Poor Ashley.
you
She was
get
at the wrong place at the wrong
she
time.
was. She was before her time. So Jada posts lip sync videos, and she has partnered with Amazon and posted a back to school advertisement for them on her Instagram page. So what I found, Anne, is that a lot of these stars on one platform are also on the others. An
Hmm.
Instagram star also will have a huge following on YouTube and probably on TikTok. So they know the value of multi-channel marketing,
Right.
which businesses have been trying to grasp for years and years. And you've got one more for us. Who have you got?
I do. TikTok. It's Jorge Soto. I'm hoping he's not Brazilian, and I said that with the correct
You
pronunciation.
did.
Age 24, over 3 million followers, and 3.6 million on YouTube. Posts comedy videos and vlogs about his family life on TikTok and longer vlogs and comedic skits on YouTube.
I'm going to give a applause track. Let me see if I can get the sound up here. Come on. No, no, no. Applause track. There we go. Okay, that's for all the happy, happy people laughing and clapping for all the birthdays. Now we have two wacky holidays today, and I didn't have a lot to choose from, but I thought these would be interesting to both of us. So today is National TV Talk Show Host Day. Interesting. I'll
Hmm.
start us off very briefly. In 1951, American radio personality Joe Franklin hosts the first television talk show on WJZ TV. And I have to tell you, I was invited to somebody's birthday party at a hotel restaurant in Great Neck, Long Island, where I lived for over 30 years. I left there in 2017, so I left there, I don't know, 8 years ago. And Joe Franklin was one of, I think it was his birthday party, and they needed somebody to fill around the table. There were about 20 of us, and I knew people who knew people, and they said, Bonnie, come fill the seat. And I was at Joe Franklin's birthday party at
How,
the inn at Great Neck. What do you think of that?
how
So
cool is that?
yeah, he
That
was in his 90s by then, I think, but I got to see, and I think I shook his hand and helped him
that's
blow out the candles on the cake. It was something. So you go on, rescue me. What do you got next?
1954, the world's longest running talk show, The Tonight Show, starring Steve Allen, debuts with the NBC with Steve as the host. The first iteration of The Tonight Show developed many modern talk show concepts, including an opening monologue,
Mm-hmm.
celebrity interviews, audience
Mm-hmm.
participation segments,
Mm-hmm.
comedy bits, and musical performances accompanied by the show's house band.
Mm-hmm.
It also incorporated concepts from the radio era, including a vocal group, which is Steve and is it Edie,
Edie,
who
yes.
went on to decades of success as music artists leaving Tonight, which later late night shows would abandon the whole concept, that is, of the vocal group. The expansion of television stations across the country and household owning television sets helped Tonight to become a major success.
Steve and Edie were a married couple, and they were both singers, and they went out individually as well. And it was Edie Gourmet, and I can't remember Steve's name is just escaping me, but they were very famous in their own right. So it didn't do them any disservice, as far as I can tell, by being dropped in later night shows. I didn't realize that the Tonight Show had their, well, I know they've always had a band, right?
Right,
What
right,
they didn't talk about was the co-hosts standing at the podium. You know, all the famous co-hosts have been standing there and doing the side. Ed McMahon was Johnny
right.
Carson's, and we had Andy Richter, and we've had so many who were there on either at a desk or standing up at a podium and making glib comments or hey, and they responded to the host. Interesting. In 1962, and this went on for 29 years, NBC signed Johnny Carson as the Tonight Show host after Jack Parr, who was in between him and Steve Allen. After serving, I didn't know this, Johnny
I didn't
Carson
either.
was in the U.S. Navy during World War II. I had no idea. He
Yeah.
started a radio career after the Navy and then moved to TV. And he was famous, well known, and beloved for his casual conversational approach with a lot of interaction with his guests and Ed McMahon, an approach pioneered by, well, he had a good following after Arthur Godfrey, who played a little ukulele and wore Hawaiian shirts, and the previous talk show, Tonight Show hosts Jack Parr and Steve Allen. But it was enhanced by what they call Carson's lightning quick wit. And remember, he used to put on the hat, and he used to do what was the character he used to do? The
Oh, I can't remember. I can see.
Marjack or something. Carmack. Karnak. Karnak. Karnak was the wizard who could see, and he would open the envelope. Yes. So Johnny Carson was beloved, and you're going to wrap this one up. What have you got?
I am, but I do have to say, as a child watching Johnny Carson with my parents, my memories are of his jokes about being divorced his
Really?
ex-wives or something like that. It resonated with me. My parents had divorced young. It was, I was with a step parent, my father. So maybe that's why, but I was always going, how many women did he marry? Um, I
Well,
haven't looked into that, but it
I
just seemed
haven't
like he
either.
would joke about the money he was paying his exes or something.
Really? Let me see
On
if
the
I can find something. You go ahead. I'm going to do a quick look up. Johnny Carson wives. Let me see if I can get this. Johnny Carson.
1985, on the 25th anniversary of the Tonight Show, Johnny Carson receives a Peabody Award for becoming a household word and an American institution. He hosted for 29 years, from October of 62 to May of 92, becoming the king of late night. And I always loved how Johnny had regular people on, like Joe Schmo from Tennessee, and he would juggle, I don't know, whatever, candles. I don't know. But anyway, it was that stuff.
I
What's it
have the
say?
wives for you. Okay, he had four. He was married to Jody Morrill Walcott from 1949 to 63. That's a long marriage. Joanne Copeland from 63 to 72. Joanna Holland from 72 to 85. And Alexis Moss, Maas, married in 87. And I'm assuming that she was with him until the end and he passed in 2005. So there you go.
So yeah, he
Interesting.
was talking, it was always the amount of money, the joke was he had to pay his ex-wives.
I did remember that. His genres were observational comedy, surreal humor, satire, deadpan, and sketch comedy. He talked about culture, politics, everyday life, pop culture, current events, human behavior, social awkwardness, and other things I cannot even mention. He was an ensign in the U.S. Navy from
Hmm.
1943 to 45, and he served in the Pacific War area during World War II.
Hmm.
And there's even a website, JohnnyCarson.com. There you
Wow.
go. So much for lookups. Well, my goodness gracious. So the king of late night, huh? That's what they called him. My
Yeah.
goodness, my goodness. Well, that was our first wacky holiday, and it wasn't Johnny Carson Day. It was TV talk show host day, and there have been a slew of people daytime and nighttime, and we all know the famous ones at night, and the ones during the day just keep on coming and going and coming and
Yep.
going. And I know, I know. Okay, let's go to one more holiday, and you're going to start this one off. Talk to me.
It's National iPod Day. Who knew there was such a thing as iPod Day? Wow. So in 1990, Steve Jobs began developing, or Job, I said it right, didn't I? Began developing ideas for an alternative to the big and clunky MP3 portable players.
And then 8 years later, in 1998, Apple settled on the name iPod, lowercase I, capital P, small o-D. It was coined by a freelance copywriter named Vinny Chieco, Chieco. We have interesting names to pronounce today, don't
Yes,
we, Ann?
we do. In 2001, Apple launches iTunes, a device utility app that can purchase, download, play, and organize digital media.
There we go. And in the same year, 2001, Apple unveiled the first version of the iPod. So they announced it, and then a couple of months later, they announced it on the 23rd of October, and it went on sale 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, on November 10th for a big whopping, this must have been a lot of money. This was 24 years ago, $399. Save your pennies, save your bottle caps.
I
And the
remember
promise,
that.
yeah, 1,000 songs in your pocket, meaning you can travel, they're portable, take your music. Did you even have half a thousand songs that you knew you liked?
I did not, but I think my husband did on his.
Okay. You
He's the music man.
want
So
to
I
do a
think
shout out to your husband?
Sam Lucky, all your songs on your iPod. Yeah, somebody stole it once. Um,
Oh
yeah, well, I think they were babysitting and took it, and then it was a neighbor, and we talked to the parents and we got it back. But
no.
still, it was such a hot commodity.
Yeah, I know.
And
I
and so I was just trying to remember where iPhones even they just must have been just really getting going because let's go to this. In 2022, the iPod evolved through numerous generations and models, including the iPod Mini, Nano, Shuffle, and the feature-rich iPod Touch before its discontinuation
oh,
in 2022. I didn't know it had discontinued. I
I
just
didn't
assumed it was
either.
out there and we just didn't buy it because we have phones that play.
There you go. That was
That
well
was
deserved.
nice. I like
I
that. The
know.
iPod's success was driven by its user-friendly design, integration with iTunes, and ability to define a new era of portable digital music. Though its popularity was eventually surpassed by the iPhone and music streaming services.
And Charles, it's been lovely. Let's go out with a dance. We had somebody watching. We actually had, might have been Mickey. Shout out to Mickey Mickelson, Creative Edge PR in Canada. They love you, Mickey. Tell him I said so. Happy birthday. Somebody said, when's your birthday, Ann?
August.
Oh, we missed you. All right.
Yep.
It's a date next August. You'll be on the show with me. You'll be writing your 999th novel, and I'll be doing my 5,000th show. Bye, everybody. Let's go out. Let me see if I can lower the music a drop. You know, they changed all the controls here. Okay,